Hello everyone, I am Laethas and welcome back for another video, and today I have my manga haul for the month of September 2017, and this is recorded about halfway through the month on the 17th. This is earlier than I usually like to record these videos, but I don't think I'm going to have any more time later in the month to do this haul, so that's why I'm doing it now. I don't have all of the volumes that I got for this month with me right now. There are a couple that I do not have, but I'll just put those in the October haul. And also, if you'll notice, I have a little bit of a different setup today. Let me know what you guys think of it as opposed to my other one. Hopefully things turn out better than the other setup, but just let me know in the comments down below. But anyway, to kick things off, I'm just going to start off with all of my replacement volumes. From last month. You'll know that if you watched that last haul, there were a couple volumes that were damaged, so I got volume 15 of Dorohedoro right here. This is a replacement volume. This one is undamaged. I got the second volume of Raiders. Not really much else to say. More replacement volumes. Volume 3 of The Sacred Blacksmith came in. And I got my replacement copy of Remember. But, that's it for all the replacement volumes. So, let's get into the, actual haul, I guess. The ones that aren't replacements. But, to start off with, I got volumes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 of Raiders, and that will do it for the series for me. I have since read Raiders, and unfortunately, I found it to not be all that great, which is a shame because I was interested in Volume 1, but what it ended up turning out being is just a bunch of... I think it was trying to go for an action story, but the paneling was not all that great, and it was just kind of all over the place with the story and everything else. The characters were somewhat likable and entertaining, but overall, it's not that great of a story, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I now have all of Raiders. It's just kind of okay, not all that great, and I wouldn't recommend it to too many people, but there it is. And next up, I have the 8th volume of Devil's Line, and this is the one that just came out, I believe in August, but I didn't get the shipment in until September this month. But yeah, I love Devil's Line, and if you know anything about me, I've also made a list with this in it. It's a very, very underrated series, and I highly recommend you checking it out. And next up, I picked up a Tokyo Pop title. This one is I See in a Sunflower by Mitsukazu Mihara, and I was unaware of this author for a while, and then I saw a description for this single volume series, and so I decided to pick it up, and it was very, very interesting. It's not something that you typically read all that often. It's very similar to something you'd find from like a Kyoko Okazaki or a Moyoko Anno. Very, very interesting indeed. I plan on picking up more of her stuff, though not much is published in English, and all of it is out of print. So it might be a while before I get more of her stuff, but this is definitely an interesting read and one I enjoyed to a fairly large degree, and I would recommend you checking it out if you can stumble across this volume. But there it is, Mitsukazu's I See in a Sunflower. And next up, I picked up another single volume series. This one is put out by Viz Media, and it is Kamikaze Girls. It is based off of a novel of the same name, and I think this also has 2 shorter stories as well in it. I'll just go ahead and quickly show the artwork. But yeah, I have not read this yet. All I know is that I think it's going out of print, and so I wanted to pick it up because I had a vague interest in it. So I'll be checking this out shortly. And if it's something really good, I'll probably have a spotlight on it. So there's this pickup, Kamikaze Girls, and I have not read it yet. And next up, I picked up the 3rd volume of Kiss and White Lily for My Dearest Girl, a Yuri series put out by Yen Press. This one isn't all that fantastic. I might not keep up to date with the releases. I'll probably still pick them up. but I thought Volume 1 was kind of meh. Volume 2, I enjoyed Volume 2 a lot, and then Volume 3 was just kind of okay. If you're a Yuri fan, I would not prioritize this series unless you are already reading it and enjoying it. But it's not fantastic. I definitely recommend something like Citrus or Girlfriends over Kissin' White Lily. But here's the third volume, and I think the fourth volume comes out either late this year or early next year. But I might not pick that up as it releases just because I'm not super into this Yuri series. Oh. Unfocus. There we go. Back to focus. Hopefully it wasn't like that for too long, but yeah, Kiss and White Lily for My Dearest Girl, Volume 3. And next up, I picked up a recently releasing series put out by Kodansha, and that would be That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. Now, this is the manga adaptation of the light novel. The light novel is going to be put out by Yen Press starting later this year, but the manga is currently out, and this volume in particular is quite large when you compare it to most volumes. It also contains a little excerpt, sort of novel type thing, like a short story at the end. But this is an interesting title. It ended up being a lot better than I thought it was going to be. And if you're into this sort of isekai or reborn into another world type story, then this is one of the better ones, in my opinion. It's a very interesting take on the idea. I'm not sure if it's been done before, but I have not seen it done personally. But that's not to say that it hasn't been done before at all. But this is a very interesting title, and I'm excited to see where it goes. Hopefully it does not fall into the trappings of its kin, I guess. But yeah, there it is. The first volume of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. That is a mouthful of a title. But there is that. Oh, and it's also put out by Kodansha. Unfortunately, though, Kodansha kills us. Why did they do this? Kodansha. Why? But enough griping. That's it for that title. I also picked up my first ever One Piece books release, and that is Tenken. And I've not read this yet. Apparently it won some sort of award. Maybe if I can get this in better lighting, you'll be able to see it. Yeah, there. Maybe you can read that. I'll bring it closer. There it is. I've not read this yet. I don't know much about it. I just wanted to see what a One Piece release was like, and this had some pretty high scores. And people had some fairly good reviews about it, so I decided to pick it up. And I'll definitely get into it. And if you'd like to see me give like a review on this, let me know down below, because I don't think I've seen anyone talk about it before, so like on YouTube. But yeah, I picked up Tenken by One Piece Books, and it's a fairly good quality release. Like the actual paper quality and stuff like that is pretty good. But yeah, there's that. I also picked up the second Grimgar, A Fantasy and Ash light novel. And I don't believe this gets into new content if you've seen the anime yet. I've read the first one. I'm basically just reading these to sort of refresh myself on what the series is about, because I believe Volume 3 gets into new content, and I'm excited to see where it goes. This is a very, very interesting series. I'd recommend watching the anime, just because it's going to be a lot shorter than reading the novels, to sort of catch you up to speed on what it's about. But I'm excited to see where it goes. Unfortunately, this isn't new content, I don't believe. But I will be getting Volume 3 and seeing where it goes from there. But there's that. And next up for this haul, I have the 6th volume of Citrus, a Yuri title that a lot of people seem to enjoy. I am one of them. This just brings me up to date. I'll be getting these basically as soon as they come out, because I really enjoy this series. If you're into Yuri, I definitely recommend checking it out. I think it's a lot better than Kissin' White Lily for My Dearest Girl. I think this one has a lot more cheese in it, though, like cheesy moments, but I still feel it's better, and it's a lot quicker to get through because there's a lot less dialogue per page. But yeah, Citrus Volume 6 put out by 7 Seas. And next up, I picked up a hardcover release put out by Yen Press. I found this on eBay because I believe this is out of print, and that is Kaoru Mori, Anything and Something by, of course, Kaoru Mori. and she is the one who writes and illustrates A Bride's Story. Now, this is a very, very interesting book. Unless you are a hardcore collector or really into Kaoru Mori, I would not recommend picking this up because A, it's out of print, so it can get a little expensive. I was lucky to find an eBay buy for around the retail price. But it's not really a story, it's a collection of sort of one-offs that she did for different magazines and stuff like that. They're not very long. And so, unless you are a collector or really like Kaoru Mori, I wouldn't recommend picking this up. But if you are, you might want to do so quickly because I imagine the price for this online is going to go up very, very quickly because it is out of print. And it's also in a nice yen press hardcover. These things are very, very nice, and I really like yen press hardcovers. But there is Kaoru Mori's Anything and Something. And next up, I have another series put out by Yen Press, and I've debated on whether or not I should show the covers or not, but I think it's going to be okay. I picked up the whole series. I've read a fair amount of it, and so I just decided to pick up the rest of the series, but here it is. First volume, or the series, is Sundome. I know NZ Anime Manga really, really likes this series. It gives me sort of a Flowers of Evil-esque vibe, something along the lines of something a Shuzo Oshimi would write, and I really, really like his works, so I'm excited to sort of see where this one goes. But here's the first cover, the second cover, the third cover, the fourth cover, the fifth cover, the sixth cover, the seventh cover, and lastly the eighth cover. Now, I've already said much of what I wanted to say about the series. It gives me a Flowers of Evil-esque vibe, so if you like the Flowers of Evil, it seems like this is going to be something in the same vein as that. Hopefully I'm correct in that assumption, and NZ Anime Manga knows what he's talking about for the most part. He seems to. He's large channel, lots of subscribers, so lots of people seem to think he knows what he's talking about. So hopefully he's right on that, and if it is like the Flowers of Evil, I am definitely going to enjoy this series. But there it is, all 8 volumes of Sundome, and you can see it says final right here. There it is. And lastly, for this manga haul, I found a great deal for an entire series on eBay, and normally when people are selling things on eBay, they tend to hype up the quality of the volumes, but not this guy. He advertised them as like new condition, and they came to me in better condition than I get stuff from like Book Depository and Right Stuff. So this guy really knows what he's talking about when it comes to manga, but it would be the entire series of The Record of a Fallen Vampire. And I've heard interesting things about this series sort of online. Not too many people on MangaTube have been talking about it, but I'm excited to get into it. I'm just gonna sort of show the covers quickly as I talk about stuff. But yeah, if you know about this series, I know someone mentioned it in the comments of one of my videos. I'm sorry I forgot your name. I think it was for my underappreciated video. You mentioned that you really liked this series and were surprised that no one had seen it or had it in their collection except for Fatal Ferret. And funny enough, I had ordered this series on eBay not long before you made that comment, so it's kind of ironic for me. But these volumes put out by Viz are actually surprisingly nice. The covers have a matte finish to them, and they feel really, really well put together. Now, normally the issue you get with matte covers is they tend to wear a lot more than sort of the laminate covers. But these ones are very, very nice, and I'm very happy that the guy knew what he was talking about. Of course, this is just a 9-volume series, and as you can see, Volume 9 is very, very thick for a volume. It's like about 1.5, 2 times the size of a regular volume, and I must say these spines look absolutely amazing with the way the colors change. They definitely look fantastic. Let me see if I can... Yeah, there's a better image with better lighting, but yeah, that is that series. I haven't read it yet, but I've heard some great things about it. Seems like something I'll be interested in. and these volumes are very, very nice, and I got them very, very cheaply. So, yeah, there it is, the last series for this haul, the Record of the Fallen Vampire, volumes 1 through 9 complete. But, as I've said, that will do it for this haul. There are, I believe, 4 volumes I do not have with me currently. And I will, of course, be showing those in my October haul, probably towards the beginning of the video like I did with my replacement copies. But, yes, that will do it for this video. If you have any questions relating to any of the series I had featured in this haul, leave those in the comments down below. That'll about do it for this video, or my September manga haul. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and share, and if you'd like to keep up to date with all of my content, you can hit that subscribe button. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I am Laethas. Goodbye.